Welcome everybody to a beautiful night in Bradenton, Florida. It's time for USL Championship soccer as the Tampa Bay Rowdies host Hartford Athletic. This pregame show brought to you by Farah Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers. Jordan Scarlett, the former Tampa Bay Rowdy, set to take on his old team. You see Jordan Farr also getting ready in goal for Tampa Bay. The standings right now look like this. Lou City still atop the table. The Rowdies in that 6th slot. Pittsburgh and North Carolina hot on their heels. And then there is Hartford. They still believe they are a playoff quality team. As far as these Rowdies are concerned, they have lost their last 4. But all goals still in front of them. Tampa Bay knows what kind of group they can be, Ryan.
Absolutely, and these last 2 games are 2 finals. If they win tonight, it gives themselves a chance on Saturday to win again and host a playoff match in our Lang Stadium come November 2nd. That's a big story.
See Leo Fernandez, he had an integral part in the last Rowdies win at Al Lang. And about Leo Fernandez, he gets the start tonight, part of our Hooters players to watch, a legend in green and gold.
If you're going to have your season rest on 1 or 2 games, well, you start the Samba man. The living legend, Leo Fernandez, leads this team in assists. What they need up top, creativity, space creation, shots on goals. Leo Fernandez is your man.
Big opportunity for Leo here tonight, but this Hartford team, no slouch. Look at their body of work just in their last 10 contests, playing their best soccer when it absolutely matters the most. And they are led by that guy right there. Mamadou Dieng, the forward from Senegal, has been lights out.
This kid has a bright future. We're talking different leagues and different times for years to come. Right now, he attacks the space, and he has those long strides and a calm finish in front of goal that makes him so dangerous through tonight against a back 3 Rowdies team.
This is a makeup game, should have been played in late September. Tonight, IMG Academy, the site. The Rowdies hope it feels like home. Hartford, they will come to play. We've got the kickoff next.
At Farah Farah, we simplify your paperwork and make signing case documents a piece of cake. Farah Farah, here to make it easy.
How long does it take to set up a free consultation with Farah Farah? About this long. Farah Farah, here to make it easy.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
When you're going through a personal injury, the little things matter. At Farah Farah, if you can't come out to meet us, we'll come out to meet you. Farah Farah, here to make it easy.
No matter how you've been hurt, in a car accident, on the job, or from a medical mistake, it doesn't matter. Life goes on. How that life goes on is where we come in. Farah Farah.
Just moments away from kickoff, Tampa Bay Rowdies and Hartford Athletic come out onto the field. Similar records. Tonight something has to give. North versus South here in USL Championship. Let's take a look at these Rowdies, the 3-4-3 in effect. Got one change in Nick Moon on that right side, number 20. Other than that, looks pretty similar aside from Leo Fernandez, also the legend we talked about, Lewis Hilton. Rowdies are going to have to get that engine revved up in the middle of the park.
They're going to have to depend on their veteran players, Aaron Guillen, Lewis Hilton, Leo Fernandez, right up the spine of the team, and Nick Moon. 2 solid years in San Diego Loyal, 2 solid years in Indy 11. That experience is needed on the right-hand side to create chances for the players in the middle.
Acting head coach tonight, Nicky Law. We'll talk more about him here momentarily. A look at this Hartford lineup clicking on all cylinders. Epps, number 7, the former South Florida Bull, a savvy veteran in this league, but so is 24, DeShields. And Jordan Scarlett, the former Rowdy, knows this team, I think, better than anybody.
He's all heart, the man from Montego Bay, but Epps, Engalina, and Barrera players 3 number 10s. They stay close together, and Samadi and DeShields are going to come up the sides to give them width.
This broadcast tonight brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital. There is Dieng, an imposing presence on the pitch. When he gets a full head of steam, he is tough to stay with. Leo Fernandez, it's been a long road back for him to get back into that starting lineup, and now he hopes that he is here to stay. He has made a difference in pretty much every game that he has entered. That last game at Owling, which was a Rowdies victory. Fernandez starring late, big time.
And you know, he was inching back closer and closer, playing more minutes and coming into second half games and influencing those games. And now he gets a chance to start and influence the proceedings from early.
Underway from Bradenton. This IMG pitch, temporary home of the Rowdies away from home. IMG Academy. There's no better place for high school phenom athletes to train and perfect their craft. Rowdies hope they can do that themselves here on the pro level tonight. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. So happy you are with us tonight with the call from Bradenton. Our head referee is Ricardo Fierro.
Well, immediately they go right down to the corner flag to try to use Epps in transition, and they win themselves a corner.
So Hartford going right to work. This one serviced him, set up the header, and it's an early goal, but wave it off. An offside called on Hartford. Still, that will wake up the Rowdies, most certainly.
Seeing the ball in the back of the net is a huge confidence boost. Yes, it's disallowed. They play it short. Rowdies become disorganized. And a little finish by Farah, who has a nose for goal at centre-back, Drew. He has 3 goals already this season. He contributes regularly for the teams he plays with, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, now Hartford Athletic. But it's an early warning side, exactly what you said to the Rowdies.
So deep breath for Rowdies fans. And now here comes Hartford once more. Missed pass there. Let's introduce you to the coaches here tonight, our Farah Farah coaching matchup. Couple outstanding coaches on both sides, and we'll have them for you here momentarily. There's Nicky Law, fill in. Of course, Law looking for his first victory as a sub for Robbie Nielsen here in 2024. Now it's Nick Moon, his first touch, operating on the right side. Little flick in, well orchestrated that time. And a good save by the keeper.
What you just saw from Nick Moon is going to be the MO of the Rowdies tonight. When that ball goes out wide, there is no hesitation between Bodley and Moon in getting that ball into the box consistently.
So the playoffs would start November 2nd if they happen for Tampa Bay, but for the Rowdies, safe to say, the playoffs have really begun tonight. You've got to have this one.
Absolutely. This opens up the window for Saturday's game to then get them a chance to win that one and then host a match in Al Lang Stadium. If you really want to make a run in the Eastern Conference, you have to at least get into that top 4 to start making some noise.
Blake Bodley, left side with the long service. Tampa Bay trying to build on it. Lewis Hilton, Crisostomo and Hilton. Rowdies trying to find their footing here on this IMG pitch.
Now, Hartford fans and Rowdies fans, when you see Bodley and Moon keep swinging the ball into the box without hesitation, understand it's not for the first header, they're looking for the second ball.
There's Brendan Burke. Such great experience in USL Championship and MLS with the Dynamo and with the Union of Philadelphia as well.
Yeah, spent some time with the Colorado switchbacks as well. We spoke to him yesterday, Drew. Such an even-keeled character. Had to rebuild this team coming in. 20 new faces. Unbelievable. And they've actually got rid of some veteran stars. Prince Saidi, who's a skillful player, where Engalina's playing right now. Romario Williams, another veteran they had to get rid of to create a new culture for this Hartford Athletic team. And how do they repay them? Winning 6 out of the last 10.
This one kept in play. This is Galena. Bit of a wrestling match that time. Jordan Doherty trying to hang on. And it's time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by Farah Farah. Ryan, what are we looking at?
Well, Tampa Bay, we just talked about Moon and Body, the quality from the wings, not the first header. Where does that ball go after? Deflection, where does it drop to? They're going to look to capitalize on crosses. Hartford make the game transitional. Jordan Doherty, Freddie Kleeman, and Aaron Guillen do not match up well when it comes to Galena, Epps, and his speedy Dieng with pace versus not so quick. Back 3.
Here's another look. Doherty getting locked up that time.
And there's the pull of his shirt. That makes it very easy for referee Fierro. So they get a short corner. They get a corner from this angle. And now they have a free kick. And Danny Barrera, at 34 years old, is as creative as they come in this league. The Colombian is going to want to get behind this one, or maybe a pass in top of the box for him.
So Samaria will get behind it. Straight from the Israeli league, just 23 years old, 3 assists on the year. He'll do it with the left foot. Rowdies set up here defensively.
Yep.
Try and set this one up on the ground. And possession here stays with Hartford.
Well, a lot of moving parts, but I knew Danny Barrera was going to get his foot onto that ball somehow on that set piece.
Rowdies defense on point that time, and now the other way for Jennings. Well, it'd be great for the Rowdies to get Kyle Jennings in stride here in these opening minutes. And the whistle blows. Nicky Law can't believe it here, as it looked like Jennings got a piece of DeShields that time.
Well, Kyle Jennings and DeShields going after it, and looks like their feet just get crossed up right there. Didn't seem to be much in it, Drew, but DeShields, the referee, is going to protect the defender in this scenario. So a consistent call by a referee in this sequence.
Kyle Jennings has been stuck on that goal total of 13. Seems like for an eternity. Switch the point of attack now. And unable to keep the ball from that touchline. Rowdies with the far side throw it.
Well, we got our first example of Dieng, how he presses, how unselfish he is without the ball. He just won the ball back from one of the Rowdies defenders, switched the play. And on the far side, Epps couldn't control, but it gives you a glimpse of what Dieng offers, even when he's not running into space.
Here's Hartford working once more. Trying to keep it on this half of the field. Here in the early minutes, this one shot. Jordan Farr watches it skate across. Hartford able to keep it in. Samaria, one more time. There's Kleeman. Jennings now joins the party.
At this point, Jordan Scarlett on the ball, the old Rowdy. Looking for Epps again, thumbs up.
It's time now for our injury report, brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital. Rowdies, we've known about Forrest Lasso pretty much all season long. Hartford 100% healthy coming in here tonight.
And that loss from Forrest Lasso has been rearing its ugly head over the last 10 games for the Rowdies. The Rowdies have looked short at the back, not only in height, but just in general presence at the back. And I think they've suffered mightily, conceding oodles of goals in the last 10 matches. Actually, they haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 7 matches, Drew, to give you an idea of how the Rowdies have been leaking coming down the stretch.
Here's Josh Perez. Perez getting involved. And you saw there a tie-up as Makangila threw him to the ground.
Well, you can see the muscle by Makalinga and Hairston in the middle of the park. They're going to try to win balls in the middle of the park and distribute to Epps and Galena, who will then supply Barrera and Dieng in the middle.
Freddie Kleeman, another start in the back tonight for the Rowdies. He's had to really grow up quickly, especially with the absence of Lasso. And now Tampa Bay with Fernandez. He's cut off. Hartford repossesses.
Well, this is great for Hartford so far. The last thing they wanted was to get pinned back by the Rowdies in a heavy possession game. They want to win the ball back early and break out in transition.
Fernandez trying to turn that magical left foot. He'll shoot it over the crossbar this time. But Tampa Bay, just with a draw, would have their postseason pretty much set in stone. As Leo trying to make something happen. Oh, he is such a positive force for the Rowdies.
Well, the shot on top of the box just give you an idea of the aggressiveness of what Leo Fernandez is feeling through his veins. Anytime he gets the ball in the last third, he wants to be direct and going forward.
Now it's Moon right side. Moon sends it in. Oh, right in front of the goal. Looking again for Jennings. So that is what Nick Moon is in this game to do.
Anytime the ball goes to the side, he's not going to ask for any permission, Drew. One touch, ball right across the face of the goal. And because of that, we're not talking about the first ball, but they win a corner kick.
First corner of the match for Tampa Bay. Yeah, usually it's Nyongaberry in that spot, and tonight the change made. Nick Moon,
his first start,
to prove to the Rowdies that, hey, this is going to work. It's time for our Cookie Fueled Mama corner kick. Cookie Fueled Mama, newest, latest, and most delicious sponsor of the Rowdies this year.
You talking shortbread or chocolate chip? What are you talking about?
Chocolate chip all the way. So here it comes. And this ball untouched to the other side for a goal kick.
Josh Perez sends his apologies, and you have to make the defenders defend in that scenario, especially in must-win games like this.
Well, the aftermath of both hurricanes, Helene and Milton, the USL has partnered with United Way Suncoast to help the Tampa Bay area recover from the devastation that the storm left behind. To learn how you can get involved, scan the QR code or visit www.uslsoccer.com/Milton to ensure individuals and families have access to resources they need to recover. Such great love and support shown throughout the league for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And what's going to be a long road to recovery. Hartford on their front foot now. Rowdies giving chase with Lewis Hilton. Hilton is stingy. He takes it away along with Perez. And now it's Leo. Fernandez out of that center circle battling. Can't come out of there with possession.
Well, we saw Lewis Hilton recovering the ball in the middle of the park. How many years has he done that for the Rowdies? And that pass to Leo Fernandez, the old combination from years past. But in years past, we'd see Leo Fernandez ride the first and get past the second. In this day and age in his career, he can ride that first tackle, but that second interaction just doesn't have that second step anymore.
Do you sense, perhaps maybe it's just because this camera view is a little tighter, Ryan, this game is being played at a frantic pace.
Yeah, you look at this Hartford team. This is the third consecutive game they've had this starting lineup. This team is gelled, full of chemistry. Their pace of movement, their pace of play is right on the ball, and the Rowdies are matching that with their body language, understanding what's at stake tonight. So yes, this game is going to be played at high octane.
Joe Farrell, former Phoenix Rising, 10 yellow cards he comes into this game with. Loves to play physical. He'll mix it up. Rowdies with that press. Here are the Rowdies faithful on that far side. Ralph's Mob, Skyway Casuals making the trek here south to IMG. Not too far away from Owling, just across the bridge. And it's so great to see them in the stands supporting their club.
And boy, do the Rowdies need that at this time of the year. Bit of a slump. And your fans are there for a reason. They can help you get out of a slump, raise that emotion, and that emotion can tip the scales.
Ball given away now. Hartford going to try and make Tampa Bay pay. Right side attacking. Galena. He'll lay it for Samaria. Ball in front of the goal and scored. Hartford Athletic has gone on top. A beautiful goal scored by Marcus Epps, the former South Florida Bull and longtime veteran.
Well, it's the African combination on the left-hand side. We talk about speed of play, Drew. Galena, it was broken up by Makalinga from Congo. Here's Ngalina from Congo as well. And here's the man from Sierra Leone. Right across the ball, right across the goal. And Marcus Epps is following up. And it was Blake Bodley not picking up his mark at the far post. And this Hartford Athletic team, who are riding high, are not going to miss an opportunity like that. That was an easy one.
So 14th minute, Epps on the score sheet. It's got to feel good for him. It's not been exceptionally productive this season, just his second goal. He's also got 2 assists.
But what a time to get it as well. Hartford Athletic have scored 11 goals in their last 5 matches. Let's make it 12 and 6, including this one. And for Epps to pick up a goal at this time of the season is just invaluable for this team.
Rowdies try and come right back. Physical play inside the box. Rowdies could use a call right now, but Ricardo Fierro not going to give it to him.
Well, that's why Leo Fernandez is in this lineup. He pinches right into the middle of the park, and he's allowed to have the ball or have the play be quick with that one touch to Josh Perez. Excellent, excellent recovery by Samaria. Sets up the goal, picks up his defensive responsibility on the other end. He's part of this youth movement for Hartford Athletic. He's only 23 years old.
Rowdies invite you to relax boldly in Tampa Bay by claiming your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Tampa Bay down a goal. Here 17 minutes in. Aaron Guillen will wait for it, and now it's Kleeman. Jordan Doherty. Perez trying to turn in traffic, and here's Moon. Shuffling it back to Perez. Josh will take it. This one way off frame.
Well, Nick Moon was just a little hesitant on the cross because there's no Arteaga in there with Jennings anymore. There's Leo Fernandez, may not be the best in the air, so he decides to bring it back to Josh Perez, who again, just like Leo Fernandez, understands what's at stake tonight. He has to be aggressive, takes the shot, but his technique let him down.
Here's Ribetto, the keeper. Comes in with 98 saves on the season, 34 years old. Jennings trying to get him going. Samaria playing keep away. Doherty comes up. Little touch by Perez to Crisostomo. Now it's Jennings. And again, that final third has let the Rowdies down. They just don't have confidence in it. And at some point, you're just looking for that one magical connection to spark this club.
Yeah, but that sequence is what they want and what Hartford does not want. Hartford does not want the Rowdies to pin them back with short passes and get green shirts into the box. Yes, Carl Jennings didn't control it, but the Rowdies, when they get into that situation, have to be cautious, play side to side, pin Hartford back in their own box, and then get the crosses in.
Jordan Farr. brings this one down for Tampa Bay. A couple goals on Saturday night, both which Farr did not look good coming off his line. Head coach Nicky Law still says, hey, Jordan is our guy. He's been exceptional for pretty much the entire season. Now Moon attacking. Slides one over to Fernandez. Good ball movement this time by Tampa Bay. It's bodily from the corner. And the Rowdies should have a corner kick, or no, it will be a goal kick, rather.
Michael DeShields clearly recovered from that early injury. That tangling with Carl Jennings gets right up onto Blake Bodley. He's stopping the service, exactly what every coach wants. You don't want to wait for the cross to come in and put the pressure on the center-backs. And Nicky Law looking around. He showed his watch to the players a little while ago, trying to make them calm down despite the 1-goal deficit, understanding it's got still a lot of soccer to be played tonight. Just trying to calm those nerves despite the desperation in the Rowdies locker room.
Moon will bring it down. Moon, ball at his feet now, in attack mode, and he'll go down. Well done. Going right at Hartford that time. And let's see who the Rowdies put on top of it.
Well, Nick Moon being aggressive, taking players on, exactly what he was supposed to do. And that's why he got into the starting lineup tonight. Aggression, wins the free kick, and guess who's knocking on the door? Leo Fernandez. This angle favors the left footer, and the Brazilian is ready to make some Brazilian magic.
So Leo Fernandez takes it from here. 177th appearance tonight for Leo.
Well, he has a 34-year-old Brazilian in goal in Ribeiro. The man from Sao Paulo against Leo Fernandez.
Line drive, looked like potentially a handball. The rebound out to Fernandez, and he drills it. Rowdies needed some magic, and it just happened.
The Brazilian doing Brazilian things. Leo Fernandez never gave up on the play, Drew. The free kick clattered into the wall. And look what it means to this Rowdies team. The former MVP. Excellent defensive play by Nick Lina. But look at this follow-up, outside of the foot, corner pocket, 1-1. Look at that, outside of the foot. Laces always going away from Ribeiro. You just can't teach that, Drew. You learn that on the beach, you learn that in your backyard.
Well, it was consensus after Fernandez. Several appearances off the bench, Rowdies fans saying we want Leo in the starting lineup. I have to admit, Ryan, wasn't sure whether those legs could hold up potentially throughout an entire game, but Fernandez shows us tonight, and time and again, he has still got it.
And not just got it, Drew. It's one of those pieces of quality that it's rarely seen in this league, and Leo Fernandez can do that at a given time. He did it a lot in 2022 when he won the MVP. Remember some of those goals with the outside of his foot. Did it again tonight. And on the half volley, when the shot was ricocheted off the wall, that is special.
Hartford gonna attack right back. And we have got contact inside the box. And this looks like, will they place the ball down here? Nick Moon giving chase that time.
The referee Fierro gives the yellow card to Nick Moon. But the question is, was it outside the line? If it's on the line, Drew, it's a penalty. It has to be outside the line. And that is outside the line when the first initial tackle happened. On the line is a penalty. And the referee Fierro is right on top of it.
And I mean barely outside the line.
I'm only saying that because I'm looking at Nick Moon's feet when the tackle was made, and that was behind the line.
Rowdies very fortunate there. Also want to tell you, back to that Rowdies goal, with Leo Fernandez scoring there, the Rowdies have donated $250 to Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital.
Well, boy, Nick Moon left wanting, and that is dangerous. And Coach Brendan Burke can't believe it. He thought for sure they won a penalty. And understand what's at stake for Hartford as well, Drew. They have to get a win tonight. That will knock out Loudon and all the noise that's around them if they do.
So it's going to be Marcus Epps on top of it here, or is that Galena? That is Galena. So Galena puts it in play. Tough ball on the ground. And who else but Lewis Hilton clearing it for the Rowdies.
Just a reminder, Rowdies just need a draw to get to the playoffs. But understand, with 2 home games to go in your final 2 games of the season, that's not good enough. 2 wins on the trot is expected.
Another long ball, all alone. Galena nearly scored, went far post with it. And the Rowdies defense breaking down. Again, fortunate. That is not the go-ahead.
Well, Nick Moon won the free kick for Leo Fernandez, but he's getting absolutely outpaced, outmanned by Galena on Hartford's left, Rowdy's right.
Check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix kick off in November. Top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. You can go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. 25th minute, we've got ourselves a match here. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Hartford Athletic playoff implications. And it looked like another high kick that time, and the ball will belong to Tampa Bay. Goal by Epps for Hartford. Rowdies come back and answer with Fernandez.
Well, goals change matches. Once the Rowdies see the ball go in the back of the net, something they haven't done with any sort of regularity in the last few matches, it's going to breed some confidence. Great delivery by Bodley, by the way. And now Bodley's going to be called for a free kick. When the ball went into the air, Leo Fernandez did not make a play on the ball. He used his body to prevent the forward who was trying to get to the ball. And referee Fierro decides that's a free kick.
Well, the Grand Central Brew House is a 2-story brewery, tap room, and beer garden located in the heart of the Grand Central District. The brewery featuring traditional lagers and ales poured directly from European-style serving tanks, resulting in fresher beer. As Cal Jennings on the ground, Rowdies will once again have possession. Jordan Scarlett, so many great years for the Rowdies under Neil Collins. Remember him, part of the Rowdies back line as Tampa Bay advanced all the way to the USL Championship Cup.
Well, he brought heart and soul to the west side of Florida. Now he's bringing heart and soul up into Connecticut with Hartford. And now he's worn the captain's armband, literally just coming back from injury last year. That's how much he's influenced this team off the field and on the field. They all follow his lead, Jordan Scarlett.
Jordan Scarlett, the man from Montego Bay, as you used to say. 95 clearances for Hartford coming into tonight.
But he also is very vocal. He's marshalling the troops back there, keeping the back line and keeping the spacing, whether they're on defense or now that they have the ball. See how they spread out. He always is chirping to his defenders and his midfielders.
Now it's Guillen. Turning, Hilton. Lewis Hilton, defender on his back, slows things down. Rowdies now will set it up.
And this is good for the Rowdies. Have them pin Hartford back. It may not be as exciting.
Nick Moon now front foot. Moon now into the 18. They'll try and slide one in. Help came just in time for the visitors. And it was Scarlett.
Well, that's why he's in the lineup. He's giving up some defensive responsibilities, Moon, with Galena. But Lewis Hilton just pinged a pass right across IMG. And Nick Moon took it on with one touch and beat Samaria with that touch. Now look at Jordan Scarlett come across and back up his left back.
So another cookie-fueled mama corner kick. Josh Perez on to do the honors. Perez, a little short on this one. Jennings came flying in for the Rowdies. Tampa Bay scrambling to keep possession, and they will do that. Bodily. Lots of dribbling for Blake. He'll send it back. And now it's Guillen, and Tampa Bay can find feet once again.
Again, keeping possession. Even though Hartford would like to break out in transition, if you can pin them deep in their own half, even if they win the ball, there are not many channels to create transition. There's Dieng on an island pressing. This Hartford team understands they're away from home.
On the run now, it's Bodily. Bodily with the chance. He'll cross one in. Perez has it on his toe. Just can't bury it.
Well, Josh Perez coming inside. Look at this ball by Bodily. The build-up is fantastic. Bodily makes a great run behind the shields, puts it right in the danger area. And Josh Perez, his head is in the air, so the ball follows suit.
It's one of those you practice 100 times. And a big game setting in the month of late October. You got to have those. Another one is going to result in a penalty. Rather just a foul, looks like. Makangila. Leo Fernandez getting the worst of it.
Well, Makangila, he makes a living on tackling and disrupting things, Drew. Referee Fierro having a stern talk with him, coming right through the back of Leo Fernandez, and that's the sort of presence he wants in the midfield.
So back to business here for the Rowdies with Aaron Guillen. Nick Boone will watch it go out of bounds. You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language network. Select matches, including the championship final, available in Spanish through the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings.
It's the quality of the USL Championship. That's why people want to stage these broadcasts. Before, it was always a growing sort of standard in US soccer. Now it's reached a point where broadcasts, it wants to be shown on different platforms. And that's a kudos to this league, growing year after year with quality.
A goal apiece. Here just over 30 minutes in. Hartford into attack mode once more. Trying for a handball. Official right there. We play on.
Well, Coach Law wants the Rowdies players to come up, start pressing, don't sit back. And this Hartford team has to show that they have some guile in the middle of the park. Nobody's questioning Galina, Barrera, and also Dieng, but they want to start questioning Makangila. They want to question Hairston. Can they finesse the ball through the park and create, not in transition, but in possession?
Jordan Scarlett quarterbacking right now. Tries to direct this one. Jordan Doherty will catch up to it for Tampa Bay. See the facilities here at IMG. That's the football stadium and the foreground. Also got the basketball arena. I'm telling you, these facilities are top grade. They would make many big-time Division I universities absolutely fold the tent.
IMG, Mount Verde, can't get better than that when it comes to that Central Florida matchup in high school.
Ball misplayed there. Doherty and Kleeman failed to hook up.
Possession count just about even after 33 minutes, 49-51 in favor of Hartford. The shots, Rowdies 6-3. But I have to say, Hartford has had some quality shots on goal.
Perez trying to get by Scarlett. Oh, he is dragged down. That's going to be an easy call. And a yellow card for Jordan Scarlett.
Was Jordan Scarlett, left center back, has to spend his entire match defending. And well, after only 33 minutes is now caution. He got beat here. And with the grabbing, as soon as those arms get outstretched and Perez goes down, the referee has no choice but to caution the defender. And that leaves a long period of time for Scarlett to play with the yellow card on his back.
So slow getting up here is Perez.
We talked to Coach Robbie Nielsen. He asked for other players to contribute other than his two forwards. The expectations for centre-backs to get goals in these situations, players like Kleeman and Guillen have to start stepping up and converting.
Perez, it's got a little curl to it, looks pretty good, far post. Jennings creeping up on it. You know, Josh, you see him right there. He knows that was a very good kick.
Good delivery, Drew. Right exactly where he wanted it. And Freddie Kleeman was in the vicinity. Here's Kleeman, right on top of the penalty spot. Just goes over Carl Jennings. What a ball by Perez.
So a couple chances for the Rowdies. Once mishandled by Perez right in front of the goal. And then there, Perez delivers it on a silver platter. And the rest of the Rowdies can't finish. Again, plays that you gotta cash in on if you're Tampa Bay bidding for a playoff spot. And once you're in the postseason too, Rowdies need to convert on some of those chances.
Yeah, the expectations for this ball club is high. It's not just to get in and make an appearance and move out. It's to get in, make noise, and establish yourself in the Eastern Conference like the Rowdies are expected to do.
See what a Hartford win would do. Be tough luck for Loudon and Birmingham if that were to happen. Tampa Bay again has it in the midfield. Rowdies keeping possession. Their fans having a little bit of fun. And it's out of bounds on the far side. Farah Farah, they are Tampa Bay's personal injury lawyers. And such an integral part of Rowdies' broadcast this year. They're online at farrahandfarah.com. Tampa's accident attorneys. Doherty finds the middle. It's Moon. Nick Moon with some pace. Deals it left side. Rowdies trying to chip one in. Here's one. As again, Hilton was involved. Now it's Guillen, Hilton, and the Rowdies resetting.
Tell you what, Drew, Nick Moon showing for the ball, showing that interest to get on the ball has made a difference in this first half. Despite him being a little short defensively against Galena, he has really showed up tonight and give the Rowdies an option.
The Rowdies pressure that time leads to the turnover.
And when you spend long periods of time without possession, that's when mistakes like this happen with Galena. You sort of lose that rhythm while the Rowdies start to gain their rhythm.
So good sequence here for the green and gold.
Oh, get on to it.
Well, fancy footwork from Leo.
Just creates space for himself and others.
Blake Bodley waiting for it. Now here he comes. Bodley on the ground. Here comes the counter. Rowdies are going to have to get back. Crisostomo. Galena crossed it over right in front of him.
You can see how direct Hartford want to play. They want to play in transition. They don't want to go side to side.
This one chipped over to the corner. Here's Moon once more. In case you're just joining us, Hartford struck first. Got the first goal courtesy of Marcus Epps, the former University of South Florida product. Tampa Bay came back with a Leo Fernandez goal minutes later. Right in the middle of the park here to Leo. You see Hartford a little frustrated here without possession, as Ryan stated. And now Jennings. He's got a little lost that time.
Well, Kyle Jennings has been wanting for form over the last 2 months. You can see by that heavy touch, things aren't coming naturally for him. He's starting to think about things when the ball comes to his feet rather than just reacting. His touch is a little bit heavy. And referee Fierro is saying that's 1, 2, 3 different infringements. The third one will be a yellow card.
See Marlon Hairston right there, pleading his case. Galena. Hairston will take his time. Hartford decides, hey, we need a nice long possession here. We've been chasing too much.
Yeah, this time they're going side to side, like you mentioned, Drew, willing to go back to Scarlett and come over to the other side. They understand everything can't be direct. Now that the Rowdies are getting behind the ball, heck, even Ribeiro is coming out.
How about a little over-the-top action? It is trouble. Rowdies scrambling to keep it out of goal.
What a ball by Ribeiro over the top of Jordan Doherty. Jordan Farr comes out. He's struggling to find himself these days, coming off of his line. And it looks like it's Galeno who went down, again with that speed, getting behind Jordan Doherty with the long ball by Ribeiro. Out-muscling, he gets there, but goes down far too easily, and Kleeman clears off the line.
Look at Doherty, though, giving chase. And Kleeman, you're right, just in time, able to keep it out.
I mean, the Hartford players are asking for a penalty for Galena, but it was just minimal contact. And Jordan Scarlett, as a captain, quite rightly asking the referee, sort of representing the players. Galena is showing the spot where he got kicked. But for referee Fierro to give a penalty in that instance, there has to be, not significant, but contact to a point where there's no hesitation.
A red card is dealt. And a player is pointed out on the bench. Brendan Burke, astonished right now, cannot believe it. And looks like the assistant coach for Hartford is going to be the guilty party here.
Well, it looks like the fourth official. Understand, in modern day soccer, there are microphones now. The officials are in constant communication. The assistant coach is pleading with the fourth official. Maybe something was said to the head official, the referee Fierro. He came across, took care of the matter, and now the assistant coach now has to make his way to the dressing room. Looks like it's the head coach, Brendan Burke, now has been sent off.
Unbelievable. Thought for a moment it was Dan Gaspar, and now Brendan Burke is the member of the staff who has to take a long walk. So bedlam has ensued here at IMG.
Well, each of the coaches are saying, is it me? Is it me? Am I getting the red card? What's for certain is that Freddie Kleeman cleared the ball out. So it's going to be Hartford's possession after a great ball by Ribeiro over Doherty onto Galena. Now the question is it Burke?
And it appears that is the case. Burke frustrated. There was a call about 15 minutes ago. Remember the player contact, but it was clearly outside the box. Replay proved it. That one he thought most definitely should have been called a penalty. And I think frustration just boiled over in that moment. And Brendan Burke, red carded, gone the rest of the way.
We had Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton, now we have Hurricane Burke. He's just making his way off to the sidelines now.
Hartford Athletic red card issued in the 43rd minute to the head coach, Brendan Burke. He has been sent off.
Hear the reaction from Rowdies fans. Now, this is one of those atmospheres that if you're a player, don't really know what to think. It's not your conventional USL Championship facility.
Yeah.
You know, it's a temporary home here for the Rowdies.
Yep.
We hear a lot of what is being said down on the field, and I guarantee you the officials probably hear a little bit more
Absolutely.
what is being said than during a normal environment, say it out loud.
And there is a line, and if you cross that line, players have to be held accountable. Assistants too, coaches too. And Brendan Burke may have just crossed that line a second time.
So now this is a game officially where both head coaches are not a part of it. Brendan Burke, nor for the Rowdies, Robbie Nielsen. Come to the end of half number one in regulation. And certainly going to have some extra time here. 4 minutes of extra time on the way as Blake Bodley battles on the far side.
Marcus Epps put his arms out and looked like he was diving into a swimming pool. Referee Fierro swallowed the whistle, and Hartford get back possession.
Circling around now is Samaria. You see that ball being kicked around the pitch? Yes, you know what kind of ball that is. A select ball, the official match ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Go to us.select-sport.com for the latest select products, specials, and more. Select, player's choice. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. Extra time here in half number one. It's been a fun matchup so far. Hartford and Tampa Bay, yes.
I mean, we're talking 10 shots, 7 from the Rowdies, 3 from Hartford, 1-1 deadlocked. Huge playoff implications. Rowdies need a draw to get in. They want to win to open the discussion for Saturday. If they win that one, will then host a playoff match in Allianz Stadium. Hartford on the 8th position need a win tonight to stay in the discussion of getting into the playoffs.
Player down here for the visiting side. It's been a fast and physical first half of play, to say the least.
Well, Galina's been on the end of it on more than one occasion. Brought down by Nick Moon right outside the box. Then it was Jordan Doherty. He thought he was fouled, asking for a penalty. Marcus Epps, the goal scorer, off of a cross from Samaria.
And it looks like the assistant coach who has taken over the coaching role here for Hartford is Aaron Wheeler. So Wheeler here will put on his head coaching cap. And
you know, let's talk about Hartford though. They've had to travel 7,000 miles in 1 week, the final week of the USL Championship. They had to go to Tulsa to play their last match. Then they played right here in Florida. And then they played their last match. If we can just get that, I'll let you know right now.
Player gets up slowly here.
After this, they go to Orange County on the West Coast again on Saturday to wrap up their USL Championship season. That's 11 p.m. Eastern. And they've battled their way back right into this playoff mix with a fantastic squad, has to be said. and what they've assembled this season, and they are not too happy with all the travel.
Ryan, I was talking about Aaron Wheeler. Interesting story on him. He actually made his debut 2010 with FC Tampa Bay during the Rowdies' early reboot before they were officially, once again, the Rowdies. So more local connections with Hartford players, not just with Jordan Scarlett. Aaron Wheeler, another example who knows what Rowdies tradition's all about. But he is on the other side here tonight. It's a small soccer world, isn't it?
Drew, that was some Walter Cronkite stuff there, though. You dug that up in no time. That was amazing.
Hilton. And now Fernandez, far side. This one serviced in again. Rowdies continue to knock on that door. Seconds tick away before the end of the first half.
It's going to be Rowdies' third corner kick. And we saw Josh Perez in the first two instances on the other side. It's the first time on that side, the left-hand side. And I believe Leo Fernandez will get a hold of this one.
This is Hilton, right back to Fernandez. Left it for Perez.
Looks like there's going to be another yellow card for a foul, maybe off the ball. They go towards the Rowdies.
Yellow was out. Did not see who it was issued to, and it is Cal Jennings. So Jennings, repeated warnings, finally booked here at the end of the first half.
Well, he's been getting stuck in defensively, Cal Jennings. And there he was, just getting on the end of Marcus Epps' pass.
Yellow card issued in the first half, added time to number 26, Cal Jennings.
Frustrating half for Cal Jennings. Hasn't really been in the flow of the Rowdies' attack in the first 45 minutes.
Hartford attacking, trying to take one to the locker room. They go on top. Beautifully designed play. Mamadou Dieng puts Hartford in front.
It's too easy, Drew. The Shields, a little 1-2, and the in behind, Bodley and company. So too Aaron Guillen left wanting. And that is literally the last kick of the first half, and Hartford get right back on top. And Mamadou Dieng on the spot, but to get behind the defender on that far right-hand side was just too easy.
Told you about Mamadou at the start of the match. He was a little bit quiet in that first half, but he makes a lot of noise, and he takes it to intermission. A 2-1 lead for Hartford. This is how you get it done.
It was the Shield, and he just rolls it right into the path of Dieng, and Hartford get back that coveted 2-1 lead.
My name is Riley, and I'll be taking care of you today.
With range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 1.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your local Chevy dealer.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle, or we'll give you $500. So, get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at MorganBuysCars.com.
USL Academy on a Wednesday night of USL Championship soccer. End of the regular season. Hope you're enjoying it. This is your Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Hartford Athletic up 2-1 on Tampa Bay. It's time now for our USL Championship goals and saves of the week nominees. Enjoy.
Two games back here at home. He's chipped in behind from Learman, laid off now. Is there some life at the end here for Loudon? Saved by Dick.
Grinwis hasn't saved one. You saw it, it's saved! The rebound, a scramble in front, and Grinwis brings it in.
Reese with acres of space. Crossing
beautiful.
In, the one-time blast. Moreno.
Oh my.
Vitiello with an incredible save.
Gondo drops off. Knocked over to Noel! Save Blanchett!
Options to the left. Ball played back. Jack Blake, one touch to settle. Second touch to blast it home. In Rhode Island leads at Charleston 1-0. Zuhair.
Wow, my goodness.
Rita Zuhair.
McLemore cuts it back. Has it go? Vitiello with a stop. Point blank, what a save. Stoffer, not out of danger.
There it
he
is.
Scores. Lucas Stoffer.
Noel turns. Noel fires and scores!
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it. When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
In 1935, a community tavern arrived, Colony Grill, a simple place to raise a glass. And if hungry, order the house specialty, Colony's signature pizza. Then and now, the Colony is still a place for anyone and everyone, where the atmosphere and the menu are always one of a kind.
$365 days of hard work. And it all comes down... Guys, we've waited a year for this, and you're already drinking?
Brian, this is a charity scramble. We're here for the Vivas.
Viva Tequila Seltzer. Only 88 calories. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and gluten-free. Ditch the malt. Add tequila.
Good job, boys. One for you, one for you.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Welcome back to your Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. 2-1 score at the half. Hartford over Tampa Bay on a dark night here at IMG Academy. Lights are on. Rowdies trying to turn up their play. Let's take a look at the USL Championship news and notes. Nate Steinwasser, congratulations. First goalkeeper in league history to score a penalty kick in a regular season match. How about that? Enzo Martinez, talk about a legend. 5th player in league history to record 50 assists on the career. What a career he has had. And relief for the Rowdies, Louisville, Loudoun, and Indy, just some of the clubs reaching out and helping the Rowdies rebuild. Tampa Bay hoping to get Al Lang Stadium up and running for a potential first-round playoff match. Take a look at the schedules upcoming. And these schedules also presented by Visit Tampa Bay. Charleston and Loudoun, that'll take place this weekend. Louisville, Phoenix Rising, we've got some really good matchups. North Carolina FC and Vegas, Tampa Bay hosting Indy. It will be on this IMG Academy pitch once again. Pittsburgh, El Paso, FC Tulsa, Monterey Bay, also an 8 o'clock showing there. Take a look at the rest of the matchups. A busy weekend of USL Championship coming at you. Rhode Island, Miami, Oakland, Birmingham. We got Orange County, Hartford, San Antonio, Detroit. Ryan, what matchups really intrigue you there? New Mexico, Memphis, another.
Yeah, the Orange County Hartford is going to be special, especially if Hartford could hang on to this scoreline. They could push them even further up Eastern Conference charts, going into Orange County and getting a result there as well. Also, this New Mexico United Memphis 901 should be a pretty good match as well.
Let's go to the standings. This is what matters most here. The Rowdies right now sitting 6th. Tampa Bay with a win tonight. They could potentially another win on Saturday. I know that's hoping for a lot. Tampa Bay could propel themselves with 52 points on the season, likely in that top 4, but Tampa Bay scrambling for it right now. Keep in mind, you've got Hartford right now knocking on the door. Pittsburgh, North Carolina just on the outside looking at.
Absolutely. And if the Rowdies need a draw tonight just to secure a spot in the playoffs, or as it all comes down to Saturday night, if they can get into the postseason, Hartford on the up and up. Pittsburgh Riverhounds knocking on the door. They need a win as well in that tough matchup this weekend coming up to secure their spot. North Carolina in Las Vegas. They need a miracle out west.
So, Jordan Farr and the Tampa Bay Rowdies look to regroup, conceding just before halftime. 2-1, Hartford leads. Coach Burke, his night is through. We've got the second half for you right after this.
For somebody that hasn't been through this kind of situation before, it's kind of scary. You're hurt, your car's destroyed. How's this going to impact my job, my income, my future? And Farah Farah made sure that I understood what was going to happen step by step, and it took care of me.
It was my first car accident. Being so young, I was clueless and I didn't know who to reach out to and what to do. The people at Farah Farah, they were able to navigate me through every step of the way. They showed that they cared and I felt respected.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Good Greek is the only company that offers total relocation solutions. Whether you're buying, selling, or renting a home, packing and moving your most prized possessions, storing your items in a safe and secure place. Our personal concierge service will help you connect your utilities and transfer your mail. We provide safe and reliable auto transport, and we'll even remove any unwanted junk.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
My name is Riley and I'll be taking care of you today.
Welcome back, everybody. Bradenton, Florida's IMG Academy. Tonight, the gracious host as the Rowdies trail Hartford Athletic by a score of 2-1. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Thanks for making us part of your night here on this hump day. Take a look at some first half highlights. Hartford didn't waste any time getting down to business in the first half.
Well, they use his speed on the wings. Galina waiting for Samaria to overlap. And look at that cross through the back post. Blake Bodily misses out on Epps, but Epps doesn't misses out on this finish. Slots it home for a Hartford 1-0 lead.
Got to feel good for Marcus Epps, his second goal of the season. Just a few minutes later, Leo Fernandez adds to his legend.
Brazilian magic. Look at this follow-up on the half volley, side netting, corner pocket, 1-1. And it's on the half volley, Drew, outside of the foot. You just can't teach that.
Leo Fernandez says, I told you, coach, you start me, it's going to pay off. 42nd minute and a major swing of events here. Brendan Burke sent off.
Well, he was disappointed with Galina not getting the penalty against Nick Moon, and then with Jordan Doherty right after. So his second argument with the referee turns out to be the departing words. But again, a little 1-2 on the side, and here comes a little overlap. Nothing special, body left wanting again, and a tap in for Jiang. Easy as you like, little 1-2, and he's behind. It's Galina to Jiang, and it's 2-1. Nothing special, but Hartford make it count.
So Jiang puts Hartford in front just before halftime. Look at the shot story. Rowdies leading 7-4. Time of possession, slight edge to Hartford. Didn't really feel like it. Rowdies possessed, seemed like most of the half.
Yeah, Hartford coming on towards the end of the second half, started to hold the ball for a little bit longer in trying to get themselves into the game and find some rhythm. As a result, they end up with that coveted second goal and now puts themselves in the driver's seat to march right up the Eastern Conference standings.
So back to live action. Hartford in the sharp blue and white here tonight.
And with this incredible run, the 6 wins out of 10, 1 loss in 10, scoring 11 goals in the last 5 matches. This Hartford team, with the experience of Scarlett, Farrell, Hairston, and company, and Ribeiro in goal, think, or they feel they can just maneuver their way through the second half and through the rest of the season and get into the playoffs with this high.
Second half underway. One thing is certain, the Rowdies have had to play 2 teams now, North Carolina and Hartford, 2 teams playing their absolute best. Welcome back to IMG. Second half should be fun, everybody. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis. The Rowdies trying to get into the postseason, trying to nail that down, still hanging in the balance.
Just want to talk about this man. Sao Paulo, played for Sporting Cristal in Portugal, the home of Luis Figo, a Portuguese legend. He's 34 years old, Ribeiro, and he's second in this league in saves per match at 4. I tell you what, Hartford have a special goalkeeper there at 34 years young.
Rowdies have gotten into the postseason 5 years in a row, trying to make it 6. Unprecedented success here in the modern era. Ball sent out as Hartford now works from left to right. Said earlier in the broadcast, Al Link Stadium, obvious damage done during Hurricane Helene, especially Helene. Milton certainly did not help the cause, but field completely flooded at one point. And a work in progress. Rowdies hope that they can take care of business on the pitch. Al Lang would be ready potentially on November 2nd, but a lot of hope in that, definitely not certain. First, let's just take care of business on the pitch.
Lots of work to do in this second half. You can see Hartford starting to press. They have a lot of energy coming out of the dressing room. They want to stamp their authority and put this game away.
Perez, here's Jennings. Jennings, very sneaky, and a Rowdies corner on the way.
Well, we're going to see Josh Perez again. So far in the first half, his deliveries have been right on point. Let's see what he can conjure up here on this dead ball. And more importantly, what can Freddie Kleeman and company produce with those crosses?
So our first cookie-fueled mama corner kick of half number 2. This one with some curl to it, up in the air. Ball was still alive. See players chirping at the officials. Nick Moon again involved.
Well, a lovely delivery by Josh Perez right into Ribeiro's kitchen. And looks like it was contested. No arms on the goalkeeper. Nick Moon had every right to go for this ball, and he did exactly that. Not seen any contact on Ribeiro. Not sure why the whistle. But free kick for Hartford nonetheless.
So now it's Jordan Doherty. They'll need some room here from Galena. Let's take one more look here. Perhaps a little bit too tight.
Well, Galena trying to get hold of possession when it was the Rowdies throw in. And Jordan Doherty just trying to dispossess Galena on the sidelines.
Ricardo Fierro, very busy tonight. High stakes on the line in this matchup. Bodily now, leaves it for Fernandez, tapped out. Well, if you can't afford to watch the match or just can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM 157, North America's only 24/7 source for soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 Eastern. Live matches from MLS, Premier League, and more. Sirius XM 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Well, I was about to pose the question, how long do you keep Jennings out there and Arteaga on the bench? But then you see Kyle Jennings come deep, turn, face the defenders, and create space for Blake Borderly. He does so much more than just score goals, Kyle Jennings, because he's so dynamic with the ball at his feet. So the answer to that question is Arteaga is going to have to wait a little longer.
Guillen giving chase. Kleeman comes up with it.
True. Blake Borderly has been having an uncharacteristically poor match. He is still the Rowdies, probably the most fit and one of the quickest players for the Rowdies to play, but he's really struggling with under the pressure with the ball at his feet, out of position defensively.
Hartford again. Numbers forward. Corner coming up from the visitors as Galena is over on that far side. Freddie Kleeman trying to hold up in that back line. You see Bodily, number 11, player you just pointed out. And now Danny Barrera, household name in this league, 34 years old. Hartford's all-time scoring leader and assist guy as well. Sostamo. Jennings, player on his back. He'll get the benefit of the doubt.
Well, good stuff by Hartford, not allowing Jennings to turn, getting right up on his back and halting any sort of momentum. Not a big fan of the short corners, Drew. Danny Barrera had a chance. His centre-backs were pulling up for the cross. He played it short. They get dispossessed, a counter-attack occurs. Just want to see players get the ball into the box when the defenders make their way up to the box.
Marcus Epps, careless giveaway there. Put into a good spot. Jordan Doherty hustling back. And again, that's just not the position the Rowdies want to be in. They just look at times extremely careless.
Yeah, Lewis Hilton, just talk about an unforced error. Everyone seems a little hesitant right now. And don't get me wrong, Epps, Jiang, and Galena with that speed and their pressing is not easy. But Lewis Hilton, as we know, is usually a better ball handler than that. Understand the Rowdies have been through so much with those two hurricanes. All of their rhythm, except for this man, Leo Fernandez.
Good connection here for Bodily. Bodily is tackled. That's got to be a yellow. That's an easy call. That's Joe Farrell.
Well, Farah could not allow Bodley to get past him here. There's Leo Fernandez turning on a dime, creating space for Bodley, and that is the wrong sport. Looks like he should get pads and a helmet and line up for the Bucks on Sunday.
That's what you call in pro wrestling a crossbody.
Woo!
Flying crossbody. Off the ropes. That's the 11th yellow for Joe here this season.
Now, the last time the Rowdies had a free kick, Leo Fernandez came up with something special, but this is so far away from goal, and it favors the right footer. And Josh Perez is going to try to put one right at the back post for Kleeman and company. This, nothing special here, Drew. It's an outswinger. You want to put that ball right between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot and have it between the defenders and the goalkeeper.
Player goes down. Marlon Hairston shrugs his shoulders, and now Josh Perez trying to do something with it. 5 assists for Perez this year, trying to add to it. And once again, little contact with the keeper is going to draw a whistle every time.
Yeah, Perez's delivery was just too close to Ribeiro. It took all his teammates out of the play and made it an easy save for Ribeiro. Jennings called for the free kick, and it should have. That was a lot of contact on the goalkeeper. But a letdown for the Rowdies.
So Ribeiro lets it go. Leo Fernandez, the lone goal tonight for the Rowdies. Once again, a draw here would go a long way for Tampa Bay. A winner or a draw would clinch a postseason. That's how big 1 point, just 1 point,
it's a log jam. It's a log jam from 9 through 5 in the Eastern Conference. With so many teams, so much different posturing could happen between now and Saturday. And Hartford coming in here with so much rhythm, so much chemistry, and the Rowdies on the opposite end, losing 4 in a row compared to Hartford winning 4 in a row themselves on the other end of the spectrum.
Once again, lost in the Rowdies half. Tampa Bay gains it back temporarily with Bodley.
Great ball by Hilton.
Fernandez comes over for the Rowdies. Trying to produce a little give and go.
Love the adventure, and that's Leo Fernandez wanting to play in tight pockets.
Right side now, it's Moon. Nick Moon, service in. Lewis Hilton. Guillen, a little quiet tonight. This one lofted up, and easy pickings for the keeper, Ribeiro.
Nick Moon was yawning on the right-hand side, hoping Cristostomo will go out wide to him. Cristostomo trying to be direct. You can understand why. Wants to make something happen, but too easy for Ribeiro. And Aaron Guillen getting a little long in the tooth, Drew. Was made Marcus Epps made that look too easy, getting by him.
Fernandez trying to initiate. Bodley cutting it back. Rowdies crowd that is here in attendance trying to do their part. Hilton with Bodley. Left side. Ball takes a couple skips in. No damage done. Hilton will redirect to Bodley again. Doherty, he lost it. Galena now in a foot race. Galena, little shove.
Excellent job by Jordan Doherty. Was always going to lose the foot race with Galena, but he stayed on the inside. He played the angle, Drew. Didn't have to do the foot race, stayed on the inside of Galena. And there was nowhere to go for the wide player. And Jordan Doherty didn't win the race, but he won the battle.
And now it paves the way for the first substitute of the night. Eddie Munjoma comes on for the Rowdies, and Nick Moon will call it a night. Pretty decent shift for Moon. Did pretty much what was asked of him here tonight. So Freddie Kleeman now puts it in motion.
Here comes that press, and Lewis Hilton pops right out.
Little time and space now for Fernandez. Leo avoids the touchline, squirts one through. It's Bodily inside the box. He goes down. Well, they're going to let it play. Officials trying to be consistent. Was not called on the Rowdies earlier, and they do not penalize Hartford here in this situation. But we'll play on. Hilton, Tampa Bay, stringing out this possession. Quick feed of Lewis Hilton. And you see a lot of pushing and shoving going on. Fernandez, nowhere to go.
Understanding the contact, understanding what this game is. This is like a playoff match for both of these sides, with Hartford trying to get in and secure their spot. Rowdies as well, but the bodies are going down too quickly. Rowdies have to stay on their feet. Referee being very clear, he's not going to call any small or ticky-tacky fouls.
Doherty finds the opening. Fernandez, good idea. Jennings trying to wind this one up. Bodily gathers in the ricochet. Header inside the 6-yard box. And again, cleaned up by Ribeiro.
Wow, with Leo Fernandez buzzing around. The ball comes into him, he draws players inside, and then they release it back out. Good cross by Bodily. There's Fernandez into Jennings. Excellent stop by Farah, but Bodley gets a hold of it, and his license is to cross all night long to go along with Nick Moon.
Now Hartford will possess. The Shields. Macangilia. Far side. Galena has been manning that side. Jennings trying to turn up the field. Cal Jennings got to be careful. Already sitting on a yellow. And Hartford will make their first substitution. As Budati will check in. And he will come in for Michael DeShields.
Well, Yunus Budati has been with Hartford for well over 3 seasons. And he can play attacking midfield, but he's coming in at right back, which he's been playing for them lately. He can not only defend, but he can also handle the ball under pressure when going up against Blake Bodley. Understand, Blake Bodley is a very fit, industrious type player. The Shields did a great job to set up the second goal to Galena, who passed the ball into Jiang for the second one. It was the Shields who orchestrated, but now he comes in with a fresh pair of legs on the right-hand side to keep up with Bodley.
Under 30 minutes, regulation time. Rowdies trying to pull level here. It's Fernandez, the ringleader. Josh Perez in motion. Perez trying to fire one from distance.
Well, it's that man Farrell again. He stopped Cal Jennings' shot just about a minute and a half ago. Now he slides again to block Josh Perez, but Leo Fernandez, Drew, he's the honey for the bees. They keep surrounding him, and he finds little pockets of space for other players to exploit.
Lots of chatter right now. Munjoma trying to get position. Jennings as well. And this is another Cookie Field Mama corner kick on the way. The outswinger is Josh Perez. Looking far side. Munjoma. One header. Trying to go for the long ball. Look out, it's Zhang. He has already struck once today. This time way over the crossbar.
Well, that's the confidence he has, and why not? He's got his 11th goal tonight. His team are in the driver's seat at the moment. Trying to catch Jordan Farr off of his line, but just couldn't finesse it to the far post. Munjoma, just fresh legs coming in for Bodley. Doesn't give the same quality as Bodley on crosses, but certainly gives just as much industry and more pace.
Here's Bodley now. This one partially deflected and scored! Kyle Jennings. The service from Blake Bodley, and we're tied at 2.
Well, how sweet is goal number 14? It's taken Kyle Jennings forever, but boy, did he put some magic on this. Blake Bodley down the left-hand side. And what's the keys to the match? Aggression from the wings. And he did exactly that, the early cross. And look at this little flick to get past Ribeiro. More magic from Jennings. Just finesses it to the far corner. Something out of nothing, Drew.
One of the goals of the year for Kyle Jennings. You hear the enthusiasm of public address announcer Ryan Sudol at his home here at IMG. Jennings gets it done, and in comes Manuel Arteaga. Josh Perez, his night is through for the Rowdies, and we are knotted at 2.
Well, this is going to mean that Kyle Jennings will go across, or Leo Fernandez rather, will go across to that right side where Josh Perez was. Kyle Jennings stays up top, and Arteaga will play on Jennings' left shoulder where Leo Fernandez was playing.
So a home match for the Rowdies certainly does not feel like home. Tampa Bay making the best of it. A very hungry Hartford team trying to displace them and their postseason hopes, but the Rowdies just came through with a huge goal. Well, relax boldly in Tampa Bay by claiming your next adventure at visitampabay.com. That's visitampabay.com. Clearwater Beach in a bit of rebuild mode right now. Understandably, St. Pete Beach as well, but
don't tell me that. I'm going there Sunday, buddy.
You can betcha the Bay Area Beach is still the best, in my opinion, in the country. And if you've got plans to come visit, don't put those plans off, as restaurants locally continue to open slowly, Ryan. And soon, hopefully very soon, everything will be back to normal. It is going to take a little bit of time for everything to get back to what it once was.
Again, our hearts and thoughts going out to the people of the Tampa Bay area, so too in the panhandle of Florida, as Helene and Milton made a mess.
So now it's Budati in the game, Marcus Epps. Hartford will take a shot. Jordan Farr put him on notice.
Well, if you think Leo Fernandez likes to play in tight spaces, Danny Barrera, the 34-year-old creative playmaker, can do just that. Couldn't find the top corner, but again, it just shows you what he can do when there's not much space to be played in. And here comes this press by Jeng. How do the Rowdies handle it? Having Arteaga on now, they can be more direct.
Jennings. Ball goes across the touchline. It's Tell you what, Jennings just scoring his 14th. I know the other night he came out. Ryan, I'll tell you what, I don't care what kind of slump Cal Jennings gets in. If I'm coaching the Rowdies, he does not come out of the game.
Yeah, no.
He is just too creative,
Provides,
and at any moment can change a game.
Provides too many characteristics for a player to take him out. So if he's not getting the ball in the back of the net, he's creating space for other players when he has the ball at his feet. Or he could come up with something magical like he just did.
Certainly has had his highs and lows this year, but man, oh man, is he special. Here he is at midfield. Joe Farrell comes near side here with it. And now it's Danny Badetta. 31 chances created coming into this match. Marcus Epps. Hairston gets a touch. He'll get it back, the midfielder. Epps, the former South Florida Bull. Fernandez tries to impede him. And now it's Budati. Hartford, can see them kind of motioning towards each other. They want a nice long possession here on the road.
Yeah, they need to kind of sort of get their feet on the ball for a little while.
From distance, chipped over, far side, Kleeman in the neighborhood, and finally Jordan Farr. It just seems like those balls, Ryan, in the box are in slow motion right now.
Well, this is what Budati can bring to you at right back. This is Galina, who's been played a hand in both goals so far. A little finesse clipped in to the last post. Jeng tries to head it back across, but Jordan Farr needs to get his hands on a couple of balls to get his confidence going as well.
How about Bodley stealing this one away? Whether they're helping you drive innovation or helping you drive home early, TD SYNNEX simplifies today's complex and ever-changing IT landscape so you can focus on what's important. Learn more at tdsynnex.com. That's tdsynnex.com. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, 70th minute. Back and forth we go. Several lead changes. Rowdies level now at 2 apiece.
Here's the thing, with 20 minutes to go, you're away from home. Hartford wouldn't mind a draw. The Rowdies wouldn't mind a draw. It would guarantee them a spot in the playoffs, but they have an eye on wanting to play in Alang November 2nd, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hartford, let's see how much posturing happens in the last 20 minutes, how much Hartford are willing to take a gamble to get the win.
Right side, sneaking in behind. Look out, this is trouble. Again, Kleeman just in time. The Rowdies fans holding their breath again.
Well, it's the third time Blake Bodley has been caught on the wrong side of the ball, and it almost proved costly.
Jennings trying to draw a foul. Nothing doing there. Rowdy's going to have to be stout here defensively. Hartford now finding feet. Makangia, near side, Farrell. Budati, all tied up. Emmanuel Arteaga. Arteaga saying, what did I just do? He came right at me.
Well, Budati, a creative player. He has now shifted to right back later on in his career. Comes from the Belgium leagues, the academies of Bruges. And he came right at Arteaga, nowhere to go for the forward. And Budati winning a free kick in a very, very valuable position.
So Arteaga trying to hold his ground. And now Danny Badetta cannot give him too many opportunities. Here with a set piece. Jennings going to have to give him space. Hartford, they're so athletic at every position. Opportunities like this just make you hold your breath.
Looks like Arteaga makes amends. He's the first to get to the ball.
Rowdies struggling to clear it. And it stays with the men in white.
hard to call the momentum right now, because since after the Jennings goal, no one has actually created any chances. It looks like Hartford Athletic over the last 10 minutes want to get a hold of the ball more often.
Ooh. Oh, hit from behind hard. Tampa Bay will play on here with Jennings.
1v1, Jordan Scarlett.
Kyle Jennings gonna try and make Scarlett pay. Jennings in the box, trying to get a shot off.
Question, is Budadi going to get cautioned here though? After the foul on Arteaga, is he going to get cautioned? That's the question. Let's see if the referee remembers.
Meanwhile, Kyle Edwards will check into the match here for Hartford. And Denny Badetta's night is through. Also, Ben Bender will come on. So, in case you're just joining us, been an active night. Leo Fernandez off the set piece, the rebound right back to him, and he buries one. Tampa Bay in the second half later on pulls level once again as Kyle Jennings off the pass from Blake Bodley just got enough of it to put it through, and we are at 2-all. Bender on, Jennings off. Here comes the youngster, Danny Rivera. Talk about offense late in game. Number 8 can certainly provide.
Rivera's going to go off to the left-hand side. Arteaga's going to play center forward. Kyle Jennings has run his socks off. And Leo Fernandez, he asked for the start. He got the start. And did he deliver, Drew? Not only the goal, but he created space and confidence for players in the attacking third for the entire 74 minutes he's been on the pitch. Now you see this Rowdies team bringing on their attacking talent. They're obviously going for the win. They want fresh legs up front. Arteaga, Perez, and Bender, all fresh legs up in the top 3. They are going for the win in trying to look for a game in Al Lang Stadium on November 2nd. Hartford, on the other hand, they are sticking with a group of players that did the job for them over the last 5 games.
Rowdies, numbers, forward, here they come. Heavy that time on the touch, and Munjoma can't control it. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Please download now.
Well, we talked about Nick Moon, Eddie Munjoma. Eddie Munjoma, a high motor, a lot of industry, can run. But that touch is one he would like to forget.
Center circle now, Bender touches back. Guillen. Ben Bender will lead this attack. Bodley just in front of the touchline, and now Rivera, the youngster. Hilton. Rivera slides it left. Bodley, this is where he had his last assist. And Blake Bodley able to recapture.
Well, Rivera does not have the type of touch that Leo Fernandez has, but he's quicker than Leo Fernandez, and he can take players on 1v1. And the Rowdies are going to hope to exploit that. If Hartford come forward and there's any sort of transition for the Rowdies, look for Rivera to make use of that space.
77th minute now. Crisostomo a little bit bunched up with Arteaga. Rowdies trying to spread the field. Here they come, Lewis Hilton. Some options. Hilton just off frame. That was a missile, and he certainly made Ribeiro move just offline though.
Well, with 34 shots this season so far, he has now opened the question of trying to score more goals from center midfield to help out this Rowdies team. He has one so far. It happened just about 2 or 3 weeks ago for the last Rowdies. I believe it was a West Coast trip. But now he has the appetite to try and score more goals from deep within midfield. Lewis Hilton.
Rowdies now attempt to throw it in. Blake Bodley come through with that big assist tonight. You know, when I watch Bodily, Ryan, I feel like maybe I'm watching a Rowdies throwback game, maybe to the 70s or early 80s. Maybe it's that hair, that luscious hair.
It's all the haircut. Business in front, party in the back.
It'll work in any era for sure.
Yeah.
Rivera. Denny Rivera, couple defenders in front. Shuffles right, shot, little chip. Not what they had in mind.
Yeah, looks like Cristosimo couldn't find anyone drifting to the last post. Sidney was in an area to shoot.
There's Zhang, Aaron Guillen now shouting at the officials.
Aaron Guillen pleading with the referee. The fourth official did not touch Zhang. Zhang again doing a great job pressing and getting a hold of the ball, holding off Aaron Guillen. And that was the pull of the hand. Good call by the referee and the fourth official. The pull of the hand to try and get Zhang off balance.
'79th minute now, and a throw in coming. Final sponsor of the night for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. Gulf to Bay, Clearwater, always like to pinpoint that exact location. Lynn Austin on the billboard. What more can you say?
You frequented there a couple of times.
I was just a kid.
That's what they all say.
Bodily cuts it back. Rowdies now moving right to left here. 80th minute, numbers forward. Left-footed shot, ricochets, and now look out, here's the counter.
Yeah, this is the transition they're looking for. They think their front three can handle the Rowdies' back three in transition. Doesn't pan out for Galina. And Zhang, they're having a discussion right now.
Ben Bender. Hilton.
Understand, Rowdies took off two dynamic players in Carl Jennings and Leo Fernandez. They're used to playing in tight pockets. Nick Moon as well, someone who delivers from the right-hand side.
Yep.
There's a lot of offense that came off. Artiaga is going to have to man the controls here.
Ball gets lost. Oh, good job by Bodily to come back and get it for Tampa Bay. Guillen. And now the chip left. Rivera can make it happen 1v1. Denny Rivera sends one in. That's what you like to see from the youngster.
Yep. Taking players on, taking route number one. Didn't have much of an angle to find the last post, but went straight to Ribeiro, who's not going to miss those.
Yeah, Rivera's got 6 goals to his credit this season.
There's Zhang again, using that body so good, the forward. Coming off the front line, coming back to support the midfield. Wins a free kick. And now the wily veteran, Hairston, 150 appearances in MLS, is now starting to feel the cramps.
I will say right now, Ryan, as I watch both teams go at each other here late, I see some tired bodies in white and blue. I think the Rowdies have a little bit more pep in their step.
Because of the transition of players coming off the bench.
Yes.
This team, Hartford, are sticking with their unit that has brought so much success. There's Josh Perez. Talk about ice. That left ankle is getting some attention. Drew, looks like you after a broadcast.
That's right. I put in a full shift every time. And, you know, we have to come back, and the Rowdies have to come back and do this in just 3 days. Yeah. Saturday night, Tampa Bay taking this pitch again.
Yeah.
As you look at the Minhouse upcoming schedule, Indy 11 will be waiting. That's a 7:30 start. Right here, you can watch it on Tampa Bay's 44 or on ESPN Plus.
Do you mean Seba Guenzati and Indy 11 coming to town?
That's correct. All-time leading scorer, Tampa Bay Rowdies history. The Rowdies will be ready for that. Ribeiro, he is feeling a full shift tonight, certainly. So just staying healthy this time of year. I mean, nobody's 100% healthy, but you want to get the ice, get the heat, do what you got to do. Van Kazel, another former Rowdy right there on the right side. Looks like he is set to enter as well. It's end of the season. You got to put all cards on the table.
Yeah, these are two very defensive players, Asiedu and Van Kazel. Van Kazel can play either center back or hold in midfield. Asiedu is definitely going to go in the middle of the park. And this man, Coach Wheeler, he has to make the big decisions. The two assistant coaches earning their weight on the sidelines. And let's see where Van Kazel goes.
Yeah, Thomas Van Kazel, as he enters, Marcus Epps comes off for Hartford. He played well tonight. But Van Kazel, in his stint with the Rowdies, Ryan, remember Neil Collins goes out, gets this guy right here. He just never really got a full head of steam. Saw a little bit of action, but never was fully comfortable in Collins' system.
Yeah, I just couldn't find that rhythm. But I tell you what, he has a great situation now. Coach Burke talks so highly of him. I just saw him the other day for French Guyana, playing for his country. He is from France, but French Guyana is owned by France, so he gets a chance to play for them. Played in the CONCACAF Nations League just a couple of weeks ago. Again, a great performance. He's such a reliable player with the ball at his feet as well as his defensive responsibilities. And Asiedu is just a bulldog in midfield to provide that industrial energy for Hartford as they try to see through these next 5 minutes in foreign territory.
Not a stretch to say these final minutes, the most important of the season thus far.
Asiedu, 5 seasons with Birmingham Legion, coming across now to get a role with this Hartford team.
Yeah, the Ghanaian certainly a disruptor. 3 assists on the year, has a red card also to his name.
Yeah, definitely the type of player you want to come out to protect the lead or to hold the score.
Jordan Farr lets it go. Bender. This is where the Rowdies have to be careful. Passing has not been crisp coming out of the back here tonight.
Nowhere for Bodley to go. Excellent stuff by Hartford. Not only are they pressing, but their defensive line is pushing up. So there's no outlet to Arteaga and Rivera.
Crisostomo gets into one. Arteaga, and now the Rowdies can move forward with Bodley. Little daylight here for Tampa Bay. Rivera, the turn. He goes down hard. And a late whistle there. Oh. And they're going to get Kyle Edwards. Rivera in some pain.
Looks like it's going to be a yellow card. Is it to the sidelines for arguing with the referee? Kyle Edwards from St. Vincent and the Grenadines getting stuck in again. He was on CONCACAF duty a little while ago, and it was Budadi who's cautioned for that tackle. Rivera, that quick turn. And Budadi, not as young as Rivera, couldn't catch up.
So Ben Bender with the free kick. Bender, this one's got serious curl to it. And it is confirmed that that yellow card was in fact on the Hartford bench. So the bench and the coaches, they have been certainly a focal point tonight.
You would think they've played the most soccer tonight with all the red cards and yellow cards for the bench. That's how much these games mean, Drew, to these clubs.
And the point I made earlier, Ryan, players and coaches have to realize you don't have as many fans, officials, their ears have grown here in this venue.
Yeah, good point, Drew. They can hear just about anything right now.
Rowdies on guard here. See Arteaga. And a careless foul on Ben Bender.
Well, Bender understanding the urgency of this game, and McAndrea, who's done a great job in being a physical presence for Hartford on the wrong end of this tackle by Bender, going right through the man from Congo.
Youngster trying to make something happen here late. Rowdies chasing here at the moment.
With Hartford going to Tulsa, getting that win, traveling back to Florida. If they can come out here with a point, I think their coaching staff would be happy, because they have to go to Orange County on Saturday to finish up their season. Brutal bit of traveling over the last 7 days of their season.
See, Nicky Law says it went out on Hartford that time. Rowdies don't get the call. Critical sequence here for the home side. Blake Bodley
having none of it.
This is Budati through traffic. Chrysostamo. Rowdies a little bit slow to the ball here.
Good job by Hartford pinning the Rowdies back. So even if they get a foot onto it, there are no channels to create any sort of transition.
Good job of keep away here from Hartford. Asiedu. And now far side, an opening, send it on. And you see right there, Freddie Kleeman again, pinpointed. Kleeman trying to lock any threat down. And Tampa Bay will have it here with just under a minute in regulation.
Well, Jeng is so quick in any sort of space that's given to him. He gets to that first post ahead of Kleeman. Blake Bodley asking for the ball to come to his side, and Guillen says, no thanks.
Bender, one of those players acquired late and just gives it up carelessly.
Too easy, Drew, for Bender.
So Hartford gets it right back. Look at Bodley try and get to it. And now Aaron Guillen flying to that right side. And Guillen is down, and he looks to be hurt.
Budati, if he didn't get a yellow card for the first challenge on Rivera, somehow escaped that challenge. Now gets a yellow card for a similar challenge on Aaron Guillen, who steps right in front of him. And I think the challenge before was more of a yellow card than this one, Joe.
So we're going to get 5 minutes of extra time. 5 minutes extra time. Budati in the book. So here we go. Extra time here at IMG. Another nail biter for Tampa Bay with a playoff berth on the line. A draw gets them in. Here comes Hartford. Asiedu. Rowdies scrambling a bit. Van Keazil. 1v1 now. Jordan Doherty gets up, temporarily clears. Bender. Bender
having a hard time getting into the pace of the match.
He certainly has.
Coming off the bench.
Asiedu. And now Budati. Rowdies trying to defend. Bodley takes it away. Off the foot of Rivera. Another throw it.
One player we haven't seen much of since coming back from the international break is Nate Worth. Has come off the bench just a couple of times for limited minutes.
Now it's Budati.
And that's the danger of Budati, creative player at right back.
Rowdies doing a bit too much chasing here for the fans' comfort. Hartford trying to boss this one to the end. Another service. Jordan Farr can't get a hold of it. The goal's open. Oh, and he just shoots it over the crossbar.
But Jordan Farr is asking for a free kick. A keeper low on confidence. Doesn't seem too sure of himself when the ball gets his hand. Here's Galina, just a cross into the box, nothing special. Farr gets in completely. Muffs it, maybe appealing for a handball, not sure, but Asiedu lets Farr off the hook. It was a handball, but Asiedu still had an open goal.
What an opportunity there, going awry for Hartford. And you said it, Jordan Farr right now just does not seem sure of himself. Definitely a concern going into the final match and hopefully the postseason for the Rowdies. Bender circling around, finds Hilton. See the press by Hartford.
Good look by Bodley. Understanding there's nowhere to go. Found the passage to Jordan Farr. Now the Rowdies get to recycle. And Kanman Joma, who's not been sure of his touch. Again, letting the Rowdies down on that right-hand side.
And another reason, Ryan, why I know he gave everything he had, but Jennings, you take him out, you take out that threat.
Blake Bodley as well.
Yes.
And that far right.
It allows defense to continue to press, cause problems.
Yeah, Manjomo's played in different parts, right centre back, right wing back, centre midfield. He's done a great job for the Rowdies as a deputy. But so far, just like the Rowdies coming down to the last few games, has lost his touch.
Ben Kazil. Rowdies trying to hang on here for dear life. Postseason on the line here. And we're gonna have a foul. So it'll be a set piece coming up for Hartford.
Well, Hartford is gonna try to make this sequence be the last sequence of the match. We're gonna put that dead ball down, wait till the very end, and then put this right on top of the penalty spot and see if they can just nod one in.
So here it comes. Rowdies defenders in position. Ball on the way. Jordan Farr with the punch. Sent straight out. Masiru. And now Budati. One more time. On the ground line drive, and Jordan Farr able to cover it. Let's see if Manuel Arteaga and the Rowdies can muster something here. Now we're going to get a yellow. And it's going to be on Arteaga.
Well, it's contagious. Manjoma on one end, Arteaga on the other. Heavy, heavy touch. Allows the defender to get into the play. And whatever counter-attack they had evaporated.
Hartford simply will not go away easy. Emmanuel Samadia now with another opportunity. This one, driven. Kleeman gets a piece. And that is going to do it. Full time, Rowdies leave with the draw, and the postseason for 2024 awaits for Nicky Law and Company.
Well, that's 6 seasons in a row for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. What a feat behind this man, on the back of this man. Leo Fernandez getting the start, and the Rowdy legend delivered an exceptional goal to tie the game up at 1-1, but he was the focal point of the attack going forward and creating space for everyone else.
Jordan Scarlett, see Aaron Guillen, Jordan Doherty, so many great moments.
What a personality Jordan Scarlett is. Comes right across, picks up the conversation like it never left. And Carl Jennings getting his 14th goal of the season, and what a goal it was. And what a performance by Hartford, coming in here after all these miles on the plane, coming into IMG and getting a valuable point for their quest for the playoffs.
Rowdies did what they had to do tonight, and it was just enough to punch their ticket to the postseason. Solid effort by Hartford, and they'll have to settle for one. 2-2 the final. We'll wrap it up when we return.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
If you have a situation where you need a lawyer, Farah and Farah's team give you the best service that you can have. They set up all your doctor's appointments. They are very honest, very trustworthy. You couldn't be in better hands.
Whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. There's nothing soft about soft tissue injuries. But somehow, big insurance companies have the nerve to not take them seriously. If you're dealing with a soft tissue injury, call Farah and Farah. Our results are no accident.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle, or we'll give you $500. So, get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at MorganBuysCars.com.
So Tampa Bay Rowdies find a way to punch their ticket to the postseason as they get the draw. Hartford Athletic 2-2 the final. Forrest Lasso and Jordan Scarlett enjoying a moment. Two former teammates, and both with a love of this game that is hard to describe. Let's take a look at your post-game highlights, brought to you by Duke Energy. Hartford striking first.
Galina in the thick of things, waiting for Samaria to overlap. And he puts a dangerous ball into the mixer. Blake Bodley not picking up Marcus Epps. And Hartford generates a goal in the first half.
Tampa Bay, though, would answer 21st minute. Leo Fernandez, some magic.
A team effort for the first one, individual effort for the second. Hartford, their one goal lead is cancelled out by the Brazilian Leo Fernandez. Look at this follow-up. Picture perfect. See that on ESPN over and over for the coming week.
Gave Rowdy some much needed energy as well. Then a red card dealt to Brendan Burke, the manager for Hartford. So abruptly sent off. Remember, those voices a lot louder at IMG than in Al Lang. Officials quick to react. And then Hartford again just before the half.
Well, the Shields, Galina goes across on the right-hand side for the end of the half. A little 1-2 with the Shields. Bodley out of position. Jeng with a tap in. And fantastic stuff for Hartford for making the most of it. But the Rowdies defense, again, caught short-handed. Something we've seen for the last couple of weeks.
Rowdies score tied at 2. Scrambling after the goal by Jennings. Jordan Farr unable to reel that one in. Dodging a huge bullet right there. That was the best opportunity for Hartford if they could have tucked that one in. And let's take one more look at the Jennings goal. Here it was, off the service from Bodley. Just absolutely beautiful.
A deflection off of Budadi's shoulder, and Carl Jennings beats Ribeiro to the race. But what about the finesse? Just to make sure to finesse it to the far post.
That is Rowdies soccer right there, vintage. Look at the shot advantage for Tampa Bay. Possession, slight edge to Hartford. Corners in favor of the Rowdies, and Tampa Bay draws 4 yellow cards on the night.
Yeah, tough. The defense sort of let them down again, but Hartford Athletic making the most of their chances, and their wing play was fantastic, with Galina especially on both sides to generate both goals, one for Jeng and of course one for Epps.
So, Rowdies were looking for 3. They don't get it, but they'll certainly take it because Tampa Bay is going to the postseason for the 6th year in a row. Pittsburgh and North Carolina still hoping to squeeze in. Hartford, though, with those 44 points right there on the doorstep.
Yeah, it looks like Hartford has been really left short-handed after that draw. You can see why that Acedo miss really hurt them towards the end. But the Rowdies, they just missed a chance of hosting a match in Al Lang Stadium. couldn't hold on, actually had to come back twice to even up the scores. And Rhode Island, boy, do they clinch. And in the 11, they have a shot now to play a home match. They play the Rowdies to try to secure a home match in the playoffs.
Well, the race towards the postseason and USL Championship is so thrilling year after year. Rowdies with another chapter here tonight. Jordan Scarlett, former Rowdy, comes in. A 2-2 draw is the result. Josh Perez, Jordan Doherty, keeping the Rowdies season alive. Hope you enjoyed it, everybody. We certainly did. For Ryan Davis and our entire TV crew, I'm Drew Felios saying so long. Rowdies and Hartford draw.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.